Hey, this is Paul from Guitar World, and I'm here to show you the latest pedals from Maxon's 9 series. Let's check each one out. First up is the analog delay, the 89 Pro. It offers quieter circuitry and 450 milliseconds of transparent analog delay. The 89 Pro also offers improved headroom and works great in an effects loop as well as plugging in straight into the front end of an amp. The other thing about the 89 Pro is it features a mini toggle that gives you a tape echo simulation function, so you're able to do ping-pong tape delay effects. Moving over, we have the Overdrive Soft Distortion, which is an updated version of a vintage Maxon pedal. Also an update of a vintage Maxon pedal, we have the Organic Overdrive, the OD880, which also has 2 knobs like the Soft Distortion pedal. Last but not least, we have another updated version of a Maxon pedal, the Vintage Overdrive Pro, which is basically a combination of a clean booster and overdrive, and you have the option to switch from 9 to 18 volt operation. All the pedals feature true bypass switching. Right now I have the delay set on a very ambient sound, so it's more like a reverb, so it's really nice and lush. Let's take a listen. Let's hear that same sound with the single coil type of sound. Here we go. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to bump up the level and have some fun with the analog delay. Get a little bit of a U2 type of sound using the humbucker sound. Here we go. Okay, now I've pushed both the delay time up to its 450 milliseconds peak, and I pulled up the feedback a bit, and let's hear that with a humbucking type of sound. Here we go. So now you heard the analog delay. We're going to come back to that because I'm going to pump some distortion through it. So let's move over to the overdrives. Okay, let's start with the Overdrive Soft Distortion, a really great sounding pedal. And it is exactly what it says. It has a bit of a soft distortion quality to it. Now I'm going to let you hear each of these overdrives through a clean setting. And it may not be everyone's sound because really that's not what they should be used for most of the time. You really should have a little bit of grit in front of the amp, but I'll show you how that works a little bit later. But let's hear the pedal on its own with the clean setting. So here's my clean sound again. And now let's kick in the soft distortion overdrive. Let's hear that same setting with the split coil, single coil sound. Moving over to the Organic Overdrive, this has a bit more of an authoritative sound to it, so it's a little bit more immediate. Let's take a listen. Now let's hear that with the single coil. Finally, the vintage Overdrive Pro acts a lot like most of the overdrives we all know and love. And this one sounds really great. It has a soft, compressed quality to it. Let's hear that. Let's hear the same thing with the split coil sound. Now let's move backwards. As I said before, the overdrives work really great when you already have a dirty sound. So let's hear all those overdrives. And of course, I also have the analog delay plugged into the front end as well. So you get to really hear how all these pedals perform with a little bit of grit in front of it. Here we go. Let's start with the analog delay. But first, my amp sound. Let's also hear the ping pong feature on this. Here we go. Finally, no analog delay demo would be complete without showing you the oscillating effect on an analog delay. Let's hear this one. Okay, now let's move over to the Overdrive soft distortion. And with my sound, let's boost the front end of that. Moving over to the organic overdrive, let's do the same thing, boost the front end of this. Finally, let's do the vintage Overdrive Pro and boost the front end of that. Here we go. Maxon's 9 series of pedals are built to last a lifetime. Whether you use the analog delay or any one of these overdrives, they offer professional boutique sounds. Check each one out to see which suits your musical style.